NRG Kings of North America.
A 22 goal differential in their favor. NRG isn't that far behind with a plus 19, and you heard them saying it on the pre-show. A lot of them feel like NRG had a bit of an easier road, but it's Garrett G picking up the first goal for NRG.
Yeah, and this would look like a bit of a free one. Justin was doing a lot of work, and I said this was a free one. We definitely have to give credit to Justin, but the defense from FaZe Clan was all over the place. Really smart play from Garrett G to go slower. He knew that first killer was actually going to rotate back to net and didn't panic to get the shot early on. Still got the save on FaZe Clan. Justin back down to Garrett G, who is falling but squishy.
Another big 50
That
from
should be a
Justin.
3-1, Garrett.
Garrett's in front of it. He'll get the goal. Justin doing work on defense, setting Garrett up for success.
FaZe Clan not ready for that pinch, that win from Justin, the 50-50. AJ was pushed up.
We got overtime.
I thought maybe we get something squishy. Looked like he had a game plan to go for, but unfortunately we don't get that buzzer beater that we did see yesterday. First killer on the defensive side. There is some space in the midfield and maybe something for AJ. The firepower behind that shot was intense, but it's still saved from NRG.
First killer far back. He's picking up pads on his way to this challenge. It is away from NRG, but FaZe a little far off that ball. Squishy could get the 50. It looks like FaZe are going to win it. First killer quick off the side wall, off the ceiling, can't find the touch. Garrett pops it away. Typical next up for FaZe. Off the ceiling, second touch, flips forward. AJ playing really close as last man is able to steal that ball away and keep the push alive for FaZe. By time, maybe get a goal. Oh my goodness, FaZe deliver the game 2 victory.
And I'm just so in love with how FaZe Clan can keep that possession and how quickly they do it with those back passes. You saw AJ, he's reacting, and as he's rotating out, he's not just looking for boost or trying to get back as fast as possible. He wants to keep possession and make sure that they can maintain their offense. Justin, though, the far left shot, and it slips in, the first goal for NRG.
I don't know if I recommend that for any lengthy period of time for Justin. Maybe it works this time. As he's pushing up for another goal.
I don't know. This seems pretty effective to me. Look at this guy go in the air. He's so speedy. Gets above typical and uses the ceiling because he knows if he goes off the backboard, it's going to waste too much time.
He's now been able to punch out and create some opportunities again for NRG down the field. A nice challenge for Sipical. Maybe AJ can get this set up. Good touch over to Sip, and that's a goal for FaZe.
All right.
Hope in game number 3 for FaZe. First killer, 68 boost, and a pass, and a shot!
Oh!
Off the boost, and in! AJ delivers again!
30 seconds remaining, all tied up in a game that you expected NRG to take away, but instead it's AJ getting involved in every single play and doing it with style. And that's the thing about FaZe Clan with the new roster. Anybody can step up at any given moment. We're just waiting at this point. We have seen a lot from First Killer, but he's been a bit more team-orientated, which is a great sign because he doesn't have too much pressure anymore. Justin, how did he slip this one in?
Justin able to make it, and now behind the ball again.
Here we go.
AJ,
Something
one
for
touch,
AJ
two
off the
touches
backboard.
underneath, first killer. Oh! Somehow FaZe, or somehow NRG come away with that.
Yeah,
Justin.
I thought that was going to be a follow-up. I mean, the double tap from AJ, and then not getting a crash in from First Killer, who's so on fire. But then, hold on a second, speedy shot. Look at how quickly Garrett G was up for this backboard read.
You saw in net First Killer, or not First Killer, excuse me, AJ coming up, thinks that ball's a little lower than it is, and his approach is expecting that ball to come down a little bit more.
Point where if you overextend against NRG, you might as well just drop your controller because they're gonna get a booming clear and score on you with Justin in the offensive half. But that's not the case for FaZe Clan. They will send the whole house, have somebody even rotating on the NRG backboard, and still find time to get back on defense and put on some shots like this. Typical, trying to score another first goal for FaZe Clan. Doesn't make it count, but it was close.
First Killer boxing out Squishy. You see AJ coming in quickly, and he muscles his way through for a goal. Payday for AJ.
Definitely that player who has the most opportunities, in my opinion, to go for those demos. I'd love to see him step up in that regard. Typical.
NRG need a couple. First Killer wrapping around. FaZe just will not let NRG out of their half. Look, Garrett really feeling the boost starvation, trying to get that midfield boost. He was nowhere close to it. And FaZe have absolutely destroyed NRG on this sequence. They kept stealing everything away from them, and it made every clear attempt that much harder. You couldn't have a man in midfield because you all had to be stuck on the back wall because you're just either trying to pick up pads, hoping a canister spawns in a timely
fashion. Here we go, though. Here we go.
Squishy on top on the kickoff. Makes it bounce, and Squishy makes him look silly.
Look at Squishy's camera, he's laughing. He has no idea how this went in, and I have no idea how this went either. He faked out one, and you thought he was gonna get the follow-up, First Killer just bit at the early challenge, and somehow, and Squishy's forced to crash in the net. Maybe Garrett G goes for a double off the backboard, but doesn't find it. Instead does find Justin, though. The passing game from NRG, top notch.
Well, we thought AJ had a sick pass. Garrett says, I can do one just as good. Look at that touch from Garrett G. Disgusting work. First Killer getting bumped in midfield. It's going to make this follow-up slow. And Justin gets to it first. Crucial bump to give NRG some space.
Typical, what are you doing?
From Squishy. What? Nobody from FaZe. They just let that ball hang in front of the box. And Justin.
Oh my goodness.
And Squishy deliver the first goal.
Oh, and Typical had 9 boosts when he was rotating back to net.
Garrett G threw this guy off the ceiling. He's got Justin across the field, gonna hold on to it himself, get 2 defenders to challenge. Everybody out in the front of the box for Space Station as Daniel holds on to control. Squishy with a high pre-jump, chasing this down to the backfield, nearly tucks it around the post. Here comes Justin with the follow-up, still wide of the goal. Follow-up again, no! Reynolds gets in his way.
Not a lot of boost here for NRG to work with. They're just firing shots as hard as they can on target, seeing if something will stick. There's one into the middle. Justin can't quite make contact. Garrett G on follow-up actually goes for the shot up towards the back wall to stand up a second chance, and it's the right move. Space Station caught grounded in the net with this touch off the wall.
All right, so shot 17 finally goes in. What a barrage as NRG ties up the game. Kept that trap in the back third for so long. Way to hold on to it. Here's Daniel off the wall. No support, up in the front by himself. Wins a challenge on second touch, steals a boost and rotates out. Squishy trying to get the clear, drops it. Garrett G will pick it up after Arsenal's touch, sends one on target. Daniel makes a stop, but it's still dangerous. Reynolds can't get it out of the way. Garrett recovers and scores his own setup.
Forcing Squishy to just delay even further. And SSG in a great position here. Unfortunately, they can't get unstuck from the corner, and now they just got to play keep away.
Just on the outside as Daniel picks up control off the wall. Holds on to it to the ground. Now looking for demos again, can't find anybody but Space Station's classic formation. Justin finds the opening though. It's off the post. Fantastic to take another bounce, but NRG will. I will say, NRG was doing a very good job avoiding the demo game of Space Station in the last half of game 1. If they're able to keep that up and avoid the situation, get some bumps themselves, just opens the door and Garrett G scores goal number 1.
Not fair, unfair if you're SSG. Nice little chip, and Justin out in front of Arsenal, and what are you supposed to do is, Daniel, you have to dodge the bump.
Here's Justin with control. 25 seconds left. Daniel has to punt it high, and Squishy's up for it. Extending it over to Justin towards the goal. Reynolds can't quite reach it in time, and it goes in. NRG on top in the final seconds. 9 seconds left. Space Station already hit the magical 0-second goal in game number 1. Can they do it again?
Oh, they got him.
They want to see overtime a long way there. Squishy can't make it in a second buzzer beater, a second game in a row.
I don't need to go get boosted to midfield. I need to make sure we don't get scored on. It's that one also off the wall. Garrett G to clear. NRG going to work themselves out of an early kickoff jam pass to Reynolds, and saved by Justin.
Man, and Justin recognized, despite Garrett G winning 2 master challenges, oh dear, and it's in.
I gotta say, I agree with you. Space Station doing a great job, for one, putting the pressure on NRG, but I do have to love the patience with which NRG are approaching the situations. As we alluded to in game 1, they're delicate, and oh my gosh. Daniel, goodbye. This is not your fault. This is your team losing a couple challenges in the midfield, and you get put in the impossible situation. And then you get the no way in any universe are you stopping that one.
With more boost, gets bumped off the ball, but is the damage already done? Garrett G gets up in the sky, finds the block, wins a challenge against Arsenal, and now Daniel with boost again. Taken care of here. No, back down to Justin. Ball dead in the box. Garrett G gonna have to get off this backboard quickly. Finds Squishy. Nice. The small pass upfield again. These soft touches from Squishy, so instrumental in breaking down Space Station's pressure.
It's required as well. I mean, they have to find ways to work themselves into a position. What? Are you kidding?
No, Arsenal, this is a catastrophe.
Okay, wait. Okay, so here's Arsenal's camera. He's rotating back. Cool. Justin, easy. Oh my gosh. I mean, he's literally just trying to cut out of the way because he thinks Daniel's going to take it on a dribble.
Daniel, long play. Let's take it away from him on the retreat. Now Squishy, getting breathed. No, just chased down. You can feel the hair on the back of his neck raising as Daniel's trying to nip at him. Here's Reynolds up against Justin. I'll save that one, no problem. Eliminate Arsenal as well. It's going to be all up to Daniel in the backfield. Daniel versus Justin. Can he fake him out? Tries to. Daniel hits the brakes on him. Arsenal with the flick to block the follow-up. Space Station survived through minute number 1, but here comes Justin trying to finish it off on the double tap. Oh, yeah. Put it in. Demolition on a squishy. And trying to open up space. And now another demolition on the goal line, man. The demos continue to open the door.
It's like if you can do that at a major, it's like I think the X Games Open here is just a means to an end to make the next one, right?
They are professionals. Another day at the office. Can they close it out in style? Close it out quickly. That's an open net.
Oh my goodness.
Justin. All right, I think there might have been a bump from Squishy following kickoff on Daniel.
I think Garrett got it. Yeah, he's tracking Daniel all the way, and he forces Daniel to jump up the wall. He doesn't actually hit him.
G inside out. Underneath one, down to Justin. Up to Daniel. This will be Squishy in the backfield. Ooh. And Daniel keeping close proximity in that ball. The speed of Daniel is been something that's stood out to me throughout this whole series. Moments of him playing on offense, and then he's the first player back on defense as well. Keeping his speed up, but here they clear him out 1-2-1, and Squishy puts in a second goal.
Yeah, really good support here from Squishy. I mean, Reynolds goes for the bump on Justin to make it easy, but Daniel really has to play that pretty much straight up. And unfortunately, Squishy's got, you know, the support coming right down the middle again. Unless Daniel can find a way to squeeze that out to the side, I don't know how you avoid that goal.
It was such a great setup, but it took all 3 players to get the setup, so there was nobody there to take the shot. Space Station still.
Ooh, here we go.
Up against the wall. Here's Daniel. He's got to have his highlight moment, but no, Garrett G takes the ball away from him, and Arsenal will put it onto the backboard. Garrett G with a follow-up. A demolition on a Justin, opening some space, but they bump into each other. Oh, somehow Reynolds emerges with control, and Justin takes it away from him. Final 30 seconds. Space Station, they have to score now, and they cannot afford another goal. As Reynolds down the field to Daniel. To the goal, Justin's up for it and makes the save, and that one just might do it. 10 seconds left. Reynolds has to put it in on this touch, but gets blocked by Garrett. A demolition from onto Squishy, but it doesn't matter. The clock has expired. NRG gonna take home another X Games. They'll put in the buzzer beater as the nail in the coffin.